Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. Today's video I'm going to give you 10 of my Grail fragrances. Now I've seen a few videos about people's Grail fragrances and I just wanted to make a list of my own. So what are Grail fragrances? Grail fragrances can be one of two things. They can either be fragrances that are extremely hard to find, you were able to pick up on it, so that would be like a holy grail for you. Or they could be fragrances that you just absolutely love and you have to keep them in your collection, sort of like a 10 for life type of thing. So my list of 10 will be a combination of both of those. Some of them that were extremely hard to find and some of them that are ones that I absolutely love that are in my collection, and a couple of them may be a mixture of both. So let's go ahead and get it going. Now, when I was coming up with my list of my 10 Holy Grail fragrances, I knew that they were going to be in this new classification of amber. The majority of them are going to be in that classification. So let's go ahead and start off with one that has amber in the name. These are in no particular order, so let's go ahead and get it going. The first one is from the Armani Privé line, and this is Ambre Orient. Ambre Orient is a fragrance. It's definitely a great staple as far as amber fragrances are concerned. This one was released in 2010. It has vanilla, sandalwood, patchouli, labdanum, cinnamon, and pink pepper. This is a great amber fragrance. Not amber in the sense of what used to be classified as oriental, but amber in the sense that it is one of those fragrances that are supposed to be one of those fantasy notes that remind you of the resinous, the resin of amber. So think of Sultan, Ambre Sultan from Serge Lutens. Think, I guess, Grand Soir, even though that's really sweet, and also think like Ambre Premier from Javoy. But this is definitely a quintessential one. This one is Ambre Orient is extremely hard to find. I don't even think I have found where you can even buy it online. A lot of things that have been discontinued and are going for exorbitant prices on eBay, you know, you can find it, but it may be $700, $800, $900. This one I can't even find for sale, and I got this one for less than retail. I was able to come up on that one, and to me that is one of the best parts of finding hard to find fragrances or Grail fragrances is getting a deal. I don't like to get beat on prices. It's what it takes away from the joy of collecting and the find. So the first one I'm going to mention is Ambre Orient from the Armani Privé line. The next fragrance I'm going to mention is from the house of Tom Ford. This is one that I had been wanting for a long time, ever since I had got into incense fragrances. So I was able to find it. I did get beat on the price. I paid more than retail for it. I don't know what the original retail price of it was, but I just feel like I had to have it, and I got it in my collection. It was a blind buy, of course. I'd never smelt it since I'm relatively new to this fragrance community, and this one is Sahara Noir. Sahara Noir is considered an Amber Floral. It was released in 2013. This one has labdanum, cedar, frankincense, benzoin, and oud. So this is one of the best incense fragrances that you can find. I do like it a lot. There aren't many other incense fragrances I'd have to count again, about 30, at least 30 or more incense based fragrances in my collection, and this is one that is definitely in the top 5. You know, it's really good with the frankincense, the labdanum, and the honey, and also it's one that, you know, you'll just be hard pressed to find. There is one from another house. I'll try to put it up on the screen. I can't think of it right now that I own that I think comes closest to this smell. So the second one I want to mention is Tom Ford Sahara Noir. Third one I want to mention is from the house of Dior, the Privé line, and this is Leather Oud. This is from the 2010 formulation. I believe this one was like 2015, but they reformulated it in 2018. So this is the original formulation. Leather oud has notes of leather, civet, oud, birch, beeswax, and labdanum. Now, I didn't get beat on the price for this because I just paid retail for it, but this one is another one that's hard to find. First of all, it's been reformulated. The second thing is that now leather oud is only available at the Paris boutiques. So a shop here put my name on the email list, they got it in, and I picked it up. And of course it was a blind buy, but I had to go ahead and get it. So this is definitely a grail in my collection, leather oud from Dior. Fourth one I want to mention is from the house of Diptyque. If you've watched any of my videos, you may know what it is, and that's Benjoin Bohème. Benjoin Bohème to me is the best benzoin fragrance on the market. It's my favorite. This one is considered an amber woody. It was released in 2015. It has benzoin, spices, and patchouli. I believe it also has angelica in it. The great thing about this one, besides the smell, is that, you know, it comes in this nice bottle, 100 ml bottle. It should last a long time, as long as I'm not like giving out decants or anything like that. I did buy this from Selfridges in UK. I had it shipped to me. Another thing that I like about it is that it's relatively affordable. It's not an extremely expensive fragrance. It runs about $200 American. But the rumor is that it's been discontinued. The only thing I could find about it recently is that it is a Diptyque, like Paris exclusive. You can only get it from their website. You can readily purchase it from there. So the fourth one on the list is Benjoin Bohème from Diptyque. The fifth one I want to mention is also from the house of Diptyque. This one is also another one that when I went onto the Diptyque website, it did say now it's an exclusive. I did buy this from Harvey Nichols. It is a eau de toilette, and this is called Trois. This is a EDT. To me, this is the best frankincense fragrance ever created. It smells exactly like unburnt frankincense. Now, before I started trying to make videos, I heard a number of people talking about different frankincense fragrances, and people were talking about the Sultanate of Oman being the best frankincense fragrance. For one, that's extremely expensive, and for two, it is not the best frankincense fragrance in my opinion. If you smell unburnt frankincense, there's no other fragrance that comes close to it like as this. Now, Trois was released in 1975. It has rosemary, myrrh, frankincense, and pine tree. It also has some spices in it. If you can see, I don't know if you can see that, even it's kind of a dark juice, but I see that the sprayer here has gotten darker on it. But this is, to me, this is the best frankincense fragrance that you can purchase. If you can get your hands on it, get your nose on a sample, that would be good. Especially if you're next to raw unburnt frankincense, you can smell the similarities between the two. This is just a great one, and it's a grail in my collection. Moving on. The sixth one I'm going to mention is from the house of Memo Paris. To me, this is the best from the line. You know, African Rose is getting a lot of hype now. It's extremely expensive, but I don't think it is as good as this one I'm going to mention, and that is Champs Oud. I was lucky enough to actually find a tester bottle of this. It did not come with the cap. I just took the cap from another Memo Paris that I own and put it on here, but this is the best from the house for me. This is considered an amber fragrance. It was released in 2011. Notes are saffron, Cypriol oil, oud, French labdanum, Tolu balsam, Styrax, and benzoin. It also has tonka bean. This is like a deep, resinous, beast mode scent. It has oud in the name, but it does not really smell like oud. To me, this is more of a resinous balsamic scent. It's one of the best resinous balsamic scents that I have in my collection. You should definitely sample this one if you can get a chance. If you're in the resins and balsams the way that I am, this is one not to sleep on. moving on. All right, the 7th fragrance I want to mention is from the house of Stéphane Humbert Lucas, and this is Oumma. I did do a small review on Oumma some time ago, maybe about 6 months ago, whenever I picked this up. And to me, this is the best representation of a incense or bakur here that they call mahmoul. And everybody has you can go to different shops and get different mahmoul, but they have a similar smell. It's like almost like a medicinal powdery type of smell to it. Other people that have reviewed this since I've reviewed it consider it a rose oud. It does have rose and oud in it. This one was released in 2013. It has Moroccan rose, Bulgarian rose, jasmine, Tolu balsam, and Peru balsam. So some consider this a rose oud. I personally don't. I just consider this the best representation of mahmoul bakur in perfume form. There are some other local shops that have some that are close to it, but I believe this is just of a better quality. And let's go ahead and keep it going. 8th one I want to mention is one that I feel like I've been clamoring about, at least to my friends in the community, for a while, and this one is Chypre Palatine. Chypre Palatine was my #1 favorite Chypre fragrance on my Chypre list. This one is considered a Chypre fruity. It was released in 2012. Notes are aldehydes, labdanum, clementine, hyacinth, Tolu balsam, oak moss, and benzoin. This is a very good fruity Chypre. It does have some deep resinous qualities to it. It's also sweet. It's not too sweet. It may be too sweet for some, but to me, this is just like a love at first sniff. This is one of my proudest finds because I just found it from testing on my own. They had like a 30% off sale, and I had wanted to get one from the house. I felt like money was just burning a hole in my pocket, and this is one that I tested and I bought, and it's just one of my proudest purchases in my collection. Let's keep it moving. The last 2. So the 9th one I want to mention is one that I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while, and this is the extrait version. This is Jubilation 25 for women. I was able to get this extrait. I mentioned in my last video, or actually did a mini comparison between this one and the Eau de Parfum, that when I was visiting home, I was able to get a bottle of it for around 40-45% off, because the extrait in this has been out since 2008, runs upwards of around $400. So I got this about 40%, almost 50% off of that. And this one is considered an Amber Floral, but I consider this one like a Chypre. This is a floral Chypre. It's in the same vein again of Mitsuko, things like that. It has ylang ylang, rose, tarragon, lemon, labdanum, incense, and myrrh. Now, this one again, it doesn't list aldehydes as a note, but I get a aldehydic feel from it. It's unique enough to not smell exactly like Mitsuko, but it does have that Chypre backbone to it, which I've fallen in love with. I'm so happy to finally have this one in my collection and to be able to wear it. It lasts, as I said in the review, twice as long as the Eau de Parfum, and it smells exactly the same. So it's not like all these other flankers where they switch some of the notes and things like that. So let's go ahead and move on to the last one. The last fragrance that I want to mention that's a grail in my collection is one that I haven't opened yet because I have owned it before. I did get rid of that bottle. I sold it to one of my good friends because I still had this bottle, and that is Over the Musk from Mugler. To me, this is the best white musk fragrance on the market. I mean, you can go with obviously the typical white musk like from Body Shop, or even the classic one from Abdul Samad Al Qureshi that I've been talking about. But this one is just a unique, one-of-a-kind white musk scent. I have another one that I would put on the white musk list that's on from Frederick Mall, but I consider that more of, it has a little bit more of like some other type of florals like heliotrope and iris that to me are more players in it than this over the musk. I just love this one so much. This one has black pepper, cashmere wood, amber, and musk in it. And again, this is, to me, over the musk is the best white musk fragrance on the market. To me, this one is the best from the house. They did change the back packaging. This is the original packaging in it. So this again is a grail in my collection because it's like the original formulation. Comes in the original packaging. I don't know if they've reformulated it. They just put it in new boxes. Before, it was rumored to have been discontinued. That's why I picked up on a backup bottle at the time, and I got it for less than retail. So that's my list of 10 holy grail fragrances that I have in my collection. What are some grail fragrances that you have in your collection? Ones that you were so happy that you were able to find them at a decent price, they're discontinued or weren't available in your area, or things that you just absolutely love that you just have to keep in your collection. I'd love to hear from you. Until the next one, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.